It's like I am called a domestic terrorist constantly by my government. It's like I am called a domestic terrorist constantly by my government. My president just stood at the State of the Union and said the Democrats are evil monsters who should be killed. If that person...
No. The president did not say that. Wait a minute. No, you have to be accurate.
He said, I will be accurate. Okay, Tim.
For anyone to be killed.
Tim,
I'm sorry. That's
Tim, I will be accurate.
Yeah, the president never called for anyone to be killed.
But Lee,
okay.
I just want you to be honest. I like you way too much to let you be that wrong.
Let me give her... Okay, Tim,
my point
let's give her an opportunity to correct what she said.
The American government is already...
He did
not say he said we were the enemy and we were terrible. Would you say that that is fair?
I think he did say, he looked at the Democrats and said, these people are crazy. But Lee,
he said
I like
they
it.
should be ashamed.
Can I finish my point?
I like you far too much to let you be that wrong.
Right,
you cannot say the President of the United States called for him.
Correct. I was being hyperbolic and I apologize.
Well, you have to be accurate.
I'm called a...
Oh, I was just doing a little bit of stochastic terrorism. A little bit of stochastic terrorism. I was being hyperbolic. For those of you that don't know what stochastic terrorism is when the media hypes something to 11, right? Like they're trying to make it sound like the US president is going to kill people. And so normally individuals that watch the news, they don't get triggered by that. But statistically speaking, when you're having like hundreds of millions of people in the audience, it takes one crazy person. And Donald Trump had like, what, 4, 5 assassinations attempts by now? And most of it is, again, like due to the ideology being pumped up to 11. Now, the concept of stochastic terrorism wasn't actually invented by right-wingers. No, like this is why we have trust and safety councils all over social media. The left has created this concept, and it was... when right-wingers were in power during the first Trump presidency. Like, they were basically saying, like, all this rhetoric on the internet, all these jokes of homophobia and racism, it's going to cause stochastic terrorism. But what I've noticed here is that some individuals are suggesting that CNN have stepped in simply because they're afraid of getting sued. That didn't stop them before. I mean, usually what happens is, like, if they get sued, right? And they come up to a settlement, and even then they have, like, billionaires donating and bailing them out. So that didn't stop them before. It's actually interesting that they decided to step in here. And as you can see, this picture, Mr. Strias is pointing out, I'm more upset that my point is being interrupted by your objections that I have accused the president of calling for the murder of Democrats. And by the way, like this rhetoric that an entire party is made out of terrorists, when Joe Biden took office, that's what the Democrats said about the Republicans after 9/11. Sorry, not after 9/11, after the thing that was worse than 9/11, January the 6th, right? Like they literally said that, Republicans are terrorists, and AOC was accusing Ted Cruz of being the assassin, of trying to assassinate her. Do you guys remember that? Or was it like that long ago? Because I remember it. So it's also something they did towards parents, right? Like when they were pushing LGBT in school really, really hard, like the LGBTs were more important than the ABCs, and some parents complained and they took umbrage with that, and they stuck the authorities on the parents, and they called parents terrorists, right? And they were saying like the teacher is actually the second parent. In other words, like the teacher is more important than the parent. Do you guys remember that? I remember that. This lady doesn't remember that. Why doesn't she remember any of that? Where was she? Was she asleep during the Joe Biden presidency? Well, just because the president is sleeping doesn't mean that she was supposed to sleep with him. But yeah, also the event that they're talking about, this one was very interesting to watch, and really smart play by Donald Trump. This was at the State of the Union. Right now, usually the State of the Union is supposed to get people together. Like you're not supposed to attack the other political party. It's not like it's illegal or anything. It's just like not decorum, right? Like it's not what they usually do at the State of the Union. But Donald Trump basically said that the United States government should prioritize its own citizens over illegal aliens. He didn't even say immigrants, right? He literally said illegal aliens. And he then said, anyone that agrees with this, stand up. And obviously every single Republican stood up. Not a single Democrat, like not even one Democrat stood up. And I think like this is interesting because chances are if a Democrat would have stood up, I don't think anything would have happened. Like if a single one would have stood up, right, and he's from a state that doesn't have illegals, and then he would have said, well, I mean, I do think that legal migration should happen because this is why we have laws. Like if we don't believe in legal migration, why don't we just abolish the border and just let everyone in, right? If you would have said something like that, if he was a Democrat from a more common sense state, you know, like maybe a swing state or something, I don't think anything bad would have happened to him. But like the fact that not a single Democrat decided to stand up for this thing, which is blatant common sense, right? It's astonishing. I'm willing to bet like there would have been positions that the Democrats would have said, like stand up if you're against racism or homophobia or something like that. I'm willing to bet some Republicans would have stood up. Others wouldn't, not because like they believe in racism, but they don't believe the way that the Democrats are trying to fix it, right? But still, it just goes to show the massive divide. And it's also the moral of the issue, right? It's like they want a nation state to just be a plot of land where economic transactions happen. So it's not about ethnicity, it's not about culture, it's just like an economic zone. But if you treat it as an economic zone, well, let's compare it to a corporation, right? Imagine if Microsoft would get money from their shareholders and their investors and then use that money in order to fund, I don't know, the ones that are creating Linux. Like they just donate money to people that are making Linux. Why? Because they just want to, you know? They're in the business of operating systems. They don't just care about Microsoft. They care about every single operating system. Wouldn't their shareholders lose their mind, right? I'm pretty sure like they could file lawsuits for that shit. But this is literally what's happening at the nation level. It's like, okay, so you're taking money from the American citizens and you're giving it away, like, because that's what they were saying, right? Like, the job of the American government is not to prioritize Americans, it's to prioritize illegal migrants. Like, in their world, it's like putting illegal migrants over the top of America. So, like, basically, if I travel to America legally, right, the Democrats wouldn't put me above Americans. But if I go to Mexico and then I sneak across the border and I'm in America illegally, then the Democrats will suck my cock. How the fuck does that work? How do they get votes? Well, I guess like most people just don't watch these things, right? Like that's what you gotta assume. But like, holy shit. Anyway, interesting to see that CNN is backpedaling a little bit from the insanity. And I think like they're losing viewers. This is legitimately what I think is happening. They're looking at the situation and they generally do not know if there's going to be a J.D. Vance presidency or not. And in the case that there will be a J.D. Vance presidency, they cannot continue with the mental asylum. Like they gotta dial down the rhetoric a little bit. Like they're still criticizing the Republicans, of course, but they cannot outright lie like this, especially when we don't live in the Jack Dorsey era anymore. Like if you go online, you can actually see the State of the Union. You can actually listen to what Trump was saying. And especially like that State of the Union that went viral and everyone saw the Democrats not getting up, simply like lying and manipulating people about it is not going to fly. So it's not like they want to become close to the center, it's that they are pressured into doing it. It's like the reality of the market is just in their face and they have no choice. I don't think it's about lawsuits because, again, like they didn't care about lawsuits before, right? And they got sued a lot of times. It's just like, well, I mean, they're a very profitable corporation, so they have the money. But it's not sustainable, to use the leftist terms. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.